to FaBB TV. It's your girl, Miss Fab. We're going to go ahead and start off where we left off. I've already applied my lighter shade to the inner corners from the bridge of my nose outward. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply my cream liner. I'm going to be using Wet n Wild today, one of my cream brushes in 130 called Pixie. I'm going to go ahead and just pull my eye and take this color along my waterline. And I'm going to do the same for my next eye. Now, ladies, if you have contacts or if you have any type of sensitivity, this is the reason why. You take your hand as you're applying this and pull it down so that you can actually have more access to your waterline and not create any of instances where you're going to tear up or any instances where you're actually going to mess up. So I've gone ahead and I've applied it. You can see the white of that. This is actually like a beige, so I've applied that to my eye. Now I'm going to actually go in and add a depth color. Now I'm going to go and add with my angled brush, and this is an angled fluffy brush. I'm going to add a more intense color. I've used a lighter version of the brown. Now I'm going to actually step up that intensity. So I'm actually going to be using this shadow here, which is a little bit darker than the last shadow that I've used. Tap off any excess, and I'm going to start with the brim, the corners of my eye, working inward, but really taking it here from the edges of my eye, working down. You should feel yourself making a V shape. Now, this is the reason why you actually use this type of brush, because you're able to have it direct you to where you begin and start your colors. Now, as you can see, it's starting to actually take the shape where you can actually see that my eye is starting to have an actual shape of where you can actually see the light and dark of that color. Now that I've applied that, you should be able to see the depth of my color and the light of my color, keeping that here until about the midsection of your eye. This is what creates the pop and actually creates that, again, that pop. So you're creating the pop with your brighter color, and you can actually go back and reapply more brightness to the middle of your lid, just so that your eyes look awake, fresh, and youthful, blowing off any excess. Now I'm actually going to go with one of my pointy precision brushes. I'm actually going to go in at the bottom of my eye. Okay, so you're just taking that. You're using this type of brush so you're actually not having to worry about a lot of fallout, because this brush is meant to apply where it's needed and not having to worry about any excess. And this is another tip, divas. This is the reason why you don't apply your foundation first, because that can create an instance where you're having a lot of fallout bleeding into your actual foundation, and you don't want to have that occur. So I've now added in my lighter color, my darker color, and now I'm going to go ahead and add in my dramatic color, which is going to be a darker brown. And I'm going to take this just a bit at the corners. Not taking it in at all, just taking this, keeping this at the crease of my eye. And I'm going to take the same brush and keep this just at the corners of my eye. Wiping off any excess. Now, ladies, it's actually time to go in and apply the blending. So I'm taking my brush very gently and taking it from the corners of my eye and blending it outwards. So you should be able to see that I have my depth of a color here. I have the brightness of my color here. And now I'm going to go back in with my highlight color. Now for my highlight color, I'm actually going to use a fluff brush. And I'm going to just tap this onto my eye. Working from the bridge of my eye inward. So you should be able to see I've now created the dimensions of my eye, making any excess be able to just have that smooth all out without having to have any type of wearation of it falling onto my foundation. So now I'm going to go ahead and add my highlight color for my brow, which I'm going to make be a pure pearl white. I'm going to take that from the bridge of my eye. It makes it very easy if you use an applicator sponge brush, because now you're able to apply as less or as much as necessary. And I've created that smoothness where you only see the color here in this dimension, and I've toned it down to keep it just in this section here. Alright, so this is the conclusion of how you actually create the contrast of your light and dark colors. So stay tuned for part 3, applying your eyebrows and foundation. Definitely stay tuned, stay true, stay you, stay fab. Smooches.